Greetings, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Vitascope for June 2020 by LightWorker. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It is a very important month. In June, we're going to have a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse, followed by a third one immediately in July. A lot of planets are retrograde. Mercury will be one of the planets that will be going retrograde. Venus will be stationed direct. So it is overall a very important month. There is a lot happening. Please do keep in mind that these are general readings. You also need to watch the video for your rising sign and moon sign because it will provide you with additional information. If you like a personal reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website www.amalightworker.com. For those of you who would like to know more, there's two ways. One, you can always go to the Vimeo videos. I have already done one reading for each zodiac sign. It's a brand new reading, a whole new reading, an Akashic reading with additional information. For those of you who are interested for download and purchase, the link for the Vimeo videos is down here below. The second way, for those of you who would like to know more, is either you click the join button right here next to the subscribe, or if you scroll down in the show more description box, you're going to find a link to join the membership program. The membership program has different tiers. Okay, I do provide a lot more through my membership program for those of you who are interested. And I have already done another additional whole new reading for each sign of the zodiac. It is an Akashic reading, an extended reading twice as long. Now, please allow me to focus on this reading for you, Libra. The general feeling that I am picking up for you has to deal with an occasion to celebrate. Could be about receiving a good news. Someone may show up out of nowhere to offer to you some sort of an opportunity. Having to deal with new things. Exercising, training, or dealing with people who have less experience than you. And you are also going to notice your own power of intuition. Your own power of intuition will serve you right. You are going to be just on point with it. Now I'm going to break this down one by one. The first card that wanted to show up in this reading for you is the Three of Cups. To me, it means an occasion to celebrate, a joyful occasion. Sometimes it also means news of a birth, new passion, a new opportunity to follow your passion. It also means three people, or maybe more specifically, three women coming together to celebrate some sort of a small gathering or a low-key gathering. Many of you could be celebrating the ending of a story, the ending of a circumstance in a much more positive note that you were ever hoping for it. For some of you, this could be some sort of a bachelorette party, a bachelor's party. Could be in connection to a baby being born and the celebration and activities associated with it. There's going to be a certain sense of reunion. You feeling reconnected because of this reunion. But they're also talking about the connection of mind, body, spirit with these cards. Something will be coming together. You may start to feel a little bit more centered. Little by little, you are going to gain momentum. Keeping your balance, keeping your peace could be a little bit of a struggle, but definitely you are going to be able to still preserve that sense of humor. You are going to be able to preserve that sense of joy. You are going to be able to preserve that sense of good-hearted spirit that you have, even in the light of challenges. You could be receiving news that something is coming to an end, a work circumstance, maybe difficulties that you had with a work circumstance. For some of you, it could be you could be rewarded because your performance has been so good. Maybe you're going to receive a bonus, a family circumstance. But they're also telling me that some of you Libras are going to be rewarded through family channels, or as a result of a family circumstance, something good will happen for you. Family members here are celebrating you, or are showing up to celebrate you, to bring more joy, to help you in some ways. The next card, oh, I also keep hearing, for those of you who used to be just the two of you, now it's going to be three. So it could be, the baby that they mentioned earlier, the new person. The Knight of Cups. If it represents a person, usually it represents a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. It represents, that could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or moon sign. That could be you, Libra, if you happen to have your moon sign, your rising sign in a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It does represent somebody who has this who has a surprising talent, somebody who is giving for the sake of support. But sometimes it may also represent someone who is lost in their dreams, lost in their hobbies, lost in their passion, or drugs, or maybe even alcohol, lost in alcoholism and alcohol, something like that. You may be dealing with this King of Cups. In some ways, some of you could be responsible for them. This could be a child, a grandchild that you have. Maybe you are their legal guardian. Because in June, not only the best of them will be coming forward, but I also have a sense that they may be giving you some hard time. They could be very fast in their tongue, talking back. They're not going to have a great deal of discipline, and there could be some sort of an argument going back and forth. This Knight of Cups for other Virgos other Libras may also represent someone in your vicinity. Maybe noise bothers you and your neighbors could be very noisy. Maybe it's directly coming from this Knight of Cups. I get a sense that there could be some struggles here, but it's not coming from a bad intention. I get a sense that maybe if this is you, maybe some of your intentions could be misunderstood, but you are coming from a good place in your heart. You are going to be receiving news about being able to travel, or you may be receiving news that now you are allowed to proceed with something, legal proceedings, a family circumstance. It doesn't matter what it is. Now you're allowed to proceed with something, but how you feel about it may be changing. Something that you have been waiting for it to happen, it does happen, and now you are not sure about your feelings. It could be a very emotional time for you in June. You may also be dealing with people who are acting out from their emotions instead of showing up from a place of good logic, from a place of being responsible. Pay attention around the times of the full moon, the lunar eclipse, or the solar eclipse, because even for you, emotions could be rising up. You could be saying or doing something that could be out of your character. If usually you don't get drunk around the time of the lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse, you may be having a tendency to get a little drunk and thus doing or saying something that is out of your character. The next card that you have is the Five of Wands. To me, it represents, that's the meaning of the card, a sham fight. Struggle with people who have less experience than you. Winning a small battle will bring forth the opportunity to win the war. It also represents exercising, training, practicing, preparing for. You are going to be feeling like everybody is bugging you about something. They want to know a secret, they want to know more, particularly if you are just getting to know somebody. They may want to know what's happening with you, and you may not be too keen about volunteering any information. Maybe they are being too nosy, and you are trying to fight everybody off to kind of keep and maintain your center, or to kind of defend your privacy. You could be finding yourself in a circumstance where maybe you are going to be assigned to train new people that maybe are being welcomed at the place where you work. This may be you being trained into a new position or into a new job, because for some of you, they are telling me that a job opportunity that you thought was lost or is not going to happen anymore somehow will be coming together for you. If it was some negotiations that maybe got postponed or maybe it never happened, now those the opportunity and the chance here to negotiate will be coming together. Thus, you could be preparing here to do the presentation, to put on a good argument, whatever you need here to prepare to negotiate. Not everything that you may be hearing is going to be exact. Not everything that you are going to be hearing, it may be 100% the truth. And they are talking about matters that do affect you right now. But I also have a sense that you are always going to rely on the facts. Whatever people are saying, could be family members, people in regards to a business venture, in the workplace, between you and your colleagues, your co-workers, or a boss. I have a sense that more so you are going to focus on what they are doing, the job done, rather than people who are trying to exaggerate a situation out of the proportion. Or if you are in charge, if you're the manager or the business owner, you're going to be like, I want facts. I want evidence. I want the work done. I want promises being delivered. For those of you who do work in communication, answering phones, communication arts, I have a sense that maybe some of your clients are going to be unusually impatient or unusually demanding, but you are going to show a great deal of character, a great deal of self-reliance, being able to keep your center and deal with it with diplomacy. Your diligence will be coming forth in the month of June. They're talking about how some of you could be having some sort of a communication problem going back and forth with something that you ordered. Maybe it wasn't exactly what you were hoping for to get. Some of you may be dealing with now opportunity comes together, so maybe now you are ready here to negotiate, because some of you are looking to spend big money. You could be negotiating, okay, about getting a new car, a new home, but I have a sense here that opportunity, finances, something is coming together to enable you to do that. The next card that you have is the intuition card, and this is from a different deck. I get the sense that for some of you, the best way that you are going to choose to deal with what's happening in the world, what's happening with people around you, you are going to feel like just keeping your sanity, going within, maybe meditating, saying a prayer. That's going to be the best situation for you to deal with it. I have a sense that you are going to come from a place where you are going to know how to handle a circumstance with a boss, a circumstance with an order, a circumstance with an event, a family situation, or you coming in some ways to some sort of a success. Success will be in the making as you are stepping forward in the upcoming 6 months. They're telling me that you are setting yourself up for success. You could find yourself to create this success in the workplace with a business venture or with matters of love. For some of you, they want me to go back to this card because if there is something that you were wishing for in love, or maybe you were wishing to be introduced to someone specific, this could be those three friends, or specifically three women, maybe coming together to conspire to get the two of you together. Your intuition will serve you right. For those of you who have been taking classes, courses, working on working with metaphysical phenomena, developing your spirituality, personal development, a lot of it that you have absorbed through your trainings, through your lessons, through your reading. Maybe you are just reading about it. Now it feels like a lot of it you are going to put that to practice. Some of you are going to be focusing on a vision board. If you already have a vision board or a dream journal, you are now going to see that some of these wishes, something that you have been wishing for, is starting to happen. It's starting to unfold. If in June you have to do a presentation, you are going to be on point with that. If in June you are going to go for a job interview, you are going to show up being sharp and feeling pretty confident about it. You are going to be on point. If you are putting together materials to either present in a meeting, in an interview, maybe anything that you could be posting on social media is going to draw a lot of attention. Again, you are going to be very much on point with it. If your gut feeling is telling you something, you are also going to be very good about listening to your inner voice. But at the same time, they are telling me that for many of you, it's very important that you listen because it's going to be very important when is the moment that you decide to stand up for you or for others, when is the moment that you decide to speak up or just to let the other person blow off some steam because it's not worth it to have a fight or an argument. There could be a circumstance where someone or a group of people may be trying to use against you some words that you spoke, something that you did. They're going to take it out of the context and maybe they're going to try to use it against you. It maybe for some of you that already happened. If that did happen, now the truth will be revealed. Important details that maybe you did not know about it before will be revealed. Could be important details about a home project. Could be important details about contracts, documents, important details about a history that involves the family or about a work-related project. Suddenly it feels like you are taking off your rose-colored glasses, okay? And you can see the truth, but you are also going to be able to deal with it. Everything that is happening in June, a lot of it has to deal with karma. So for those of you who are going to be later on looking back in June, later on around December, there's going to be a lot of contemplation and you're going to be like, oh, if I did this differently or if I had done that differently. Again, remember that in June, a lot of what be happening for you, Libra, is meant to be. So whether you were going to choose to act differently, it was still going to happen. But I also get a sense of um, soulmates coming together. It could be again in terms of reunions, people that you already know, could be in terms of Libras in the next upcoming 6 months being able to come together with your soulmate through the help of other people or through divine intervention. But they're also talking for some of you, your ancestors blessing you in this reading. You may be having dreams about one of your ancestors. You could be connecting with the energy healing, ancestral healing through the Akashic records. You could be getting messages about a loved one who crossed over through a medium or a psychic, or some of you are going to be you're going to feel like a deep connection to one of your ancestors. Maybe you're going to discover that you have a lot in common. Maybe you have a talent that you share in common. But for some of you, it's going to be also about something being passed on to you through your line of ancestry. That's what I get. They're not necessarily saying an inheritance. They just want me to leave it at this. Something being passed on to you through one of your ancestors. And I hope that this is making sense to you. Thank you so very much for being here. Please do take a look at the video for your rising sign and moon sign, because it's going to give you additional information. You can always go to the Vimeo videos. The link is down here below, or join the membership program. Either click join next to the subscribe or the link down here below in the show more description box. Contact me for a private reading. I'm a lightworker@gmail.com, or visit my website www.amalightworker.com, and I will be reconnecting again with you, Libra, in the next reading. Bye.